Have you ever wondered what it actually looks like inside a thinking machine? I'm not talking about the code, but the real, honest-to-goodness flow of thought as an AI takes on a big goal. Well, today, we're going to crack it open and watch intelligence in motion. Let's start the simulation.
It all kicks off with a simple request, something you or I might type into a search bar. But for an AI agent, this isn't just a command. It's the spark that fires up a whole cognitive engine. What you're about to see is how that engine works, step by step, in real time.
So the first thing we've got to get straight is that an AI agent is way more than just a large language model. It's really a complete cognitive system. The moment it gets a goal, its entire mind just wakes up. It's ready to think, ready to plan, and ready to act.
Now, if we peek inside that mind, we find three main parts. You've got the reasoning engine, that's usually the large language model, the LLM. Then you have its memory, so it can learn and remember what's going on. And finally, you have tools, which are its hands to interact with the world. All together, they make a complete system. And that loop you see spinning? That's the engine of thought.
And this loop is the agent's entire playbook. It's a constant cycle. It takes the goal, breaks it into smaller pieces, decides what to do first, does it, sees what happens, and then updates its plan based on that new information. It's not a one-and-done calculation. It's a living, breathing process.
Okay, that's the theory. But how does this loop actually take a big fuzzy goal like plan a trip and turn it into its very first concrete action? Let's watch that cognitive wheel take its first spin right now.
And this happens in a flash. First, bam, it shatters that big goal into a to-do list. Flights, hotels, visas. Then, its decision-making brain kicks in and asks, okay, what's the absolute first thing I have to do? Research flights. Then, it grabs the right tool for the job, in this case, a flight search API, which is basically a superpower to see all the available flights in the world.
You can think of these tools as the agent's arms and legs in the digital world. The LLM, the brain, can think about flights all day long, but it can't actually go out and find them. For that, it needs a tool. It sends out the query, and what comes back is a flood of real-time data. Now it has something to really sink its teeth into.
All right, so the agent has a list of flights. Great, but a generic list isn't an intelligent plan. Just about any website can give you that. This is where memory comes into play, turning a boring data dump into a plan that's actually personalized. This is where it starts to adapt.
And here's where it gets really interesting. The search comes back with a perfectly good flight on, let's call it Airline X. It's cheap, it's direct, it checks all the boxes, but is it the right choice? An agent with no memory would just say, yep, looks good, and book it. But an intelligent agent, it pauses and it remembers. To make this call, the agent dips into different kinds of memory. It's got working memory, which is for stuff that's relevant right now, like the user mentioned wanting an aisle seat. Then there's long-term memory for hard facts like a passport number, but there's a third, more powerful layer it's about to use. This is episodic memory. You can think of it like a personal diary of every interaction it's ever had. It scans back through past trips and finds a little note it made. Last time, the user flew Airline X and really didn't like it. And that's the key. It's learning from its own specific experiences, not from the entire internet. And boom, that one little memory changes everything. It immediately updates the plan. Airline X gets crossed off the list. The agent then reruns the search, but this time it tells the tool, show me anything except Airline X. This isn't just following a script. This is real, genuine adaptation.
So our agent is pretty smart. It's already adapted. But you know how it goes. No plan ever survives contact with reality. The real test of a smart agent isn't just making a good plan. It's what it does when that plan completely falls apart.
So the agent moves on to the hotel. It finds one the user loves, it pulls up the booking tool to lock it in, and then slam, a huge red unavailable stamp. The hotel's completely booked. The plan just hit a brick wall.
So what happens now? Is the whole trip off? Does it just send an error message back and quit? You know, for a basic computer script, this would be the end of the line. But for a cognitive system, this is just another turn of the wheel.
No way! It doesn't panic. It sees the failure, and that cognitive loop just keeps spinning, landing right on update. It thinks, okay, that didn't work, what's next? The old task gets wiped out, and a new, smarter one takes its place. Find similar hotels. That right there is self-correction in action. It's the very core of what makes an agent autonomous. So what we've been watching feels pretty intuitive, right? It kind of makes sense. It feels like how a person might solve a problem. But let's quickly pull back the curtain and connect these actions to the actual data science concepts engineers use to build these things.
Remember when it dug up that bad review of the airline? The technical term for that is episodic memory and retrieval. How it decided to look for flights before hotels? That's its decision policy, which is guided by the LLM. And that big unavailable roadblock? That was a feedback signal, basically a negative reward that taught the agent, hey, that last move was wrong, try something else. It all maps to a real engineering framework.
So after a few more turns of that loop, booking a different hotel, figuring out rental cars, double-checking visas, the agent pulls everything together into one final personalized itinerary. The goal is achieved, the work is done, and that cognitive loop inside its head just quietly slows to a stop, ready and waiting for the next challenge.
We've just watched one single AI mind work through a pretty complicated multi-step problem from start to finish. So let's just step back for a moment and think about what that really means.
What we've seen here is one intelligent mind, a complete self-contained system that can reason, remember, act on the world, and most importantly, learn from its own mistakes to get something done. It's an incredibly powerful concept.
But that, of course, leads us to the final and maybe the most important question. If this is what one of these minds can do all on its own, what happens when a whole bunch of them start working together? What happens when you build a team?